Hello, welcome to Eyewitness Report. This week's edition takes a look at the experiences of motorists and commuters as fuel scarcity enters its fourth week. The program will also highlight the efforts of relevant authorities and stakeholders in ameliorating the situation. We'll also set our eyes on illegal wood logging activities in Boki local government area of Cross River State. These and more shortly. I am Yomi Otaibi. For weeks, motorists and commuters have been bearing the discomfort occasioned by the shortage of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol. As fuel scarcity persists across the country, here's a collation of some of the eyewitness images to tell the realities brought about by the sad development on individual lives and the economy.
Long queues of motorists at fuel stations in Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. It's been 4 weeks, and the queues have refused to disappear as motorists wait for hours daily trying to fuel their vehicles.
I've been on this queue since 4 a.m., which is very wrong. What is the government actually doing? They are not actually helping the poor masses. We are suffering.
Our cars, there is no fuel inside. We don't know what to do. Please, we are begging the federal government to look at our problem now. At least let this fuel. Let us at least see what we can be able to do.
While the queues persist, the situation is creating a boom for black marketers who sell the products in jerry cans at exorbitant prices.
We have, through us from last 2 weeks, it has been, there is to even take 1 naira to our house. It has been terrible. If not to the way Erano is helping us, to even get the one to move there sometimes is something else.
While some stations that have the product sell optimally by engaging several dispensing machines, others selfishly use a single pump, irrespective of a crowd waiting to buy. The situation appears unabated, despite assurances from the marketers.
The gap that was created by this adulterated product really caused the scarcity. And NNPC are trying to make some sort of interventions, and they are on it. And I'm sure within next week or so, the fuel queues will go down.
Since the beginning of this crisis, I don't think there's any day we didn't sell fuel. We sell fuel every day. As I'm talking to you yesterday, we have 22 stations, Abuja zone. We received 20 trucks. Definitely within a week, this one will go up. If we continue getting it regularly.
In an attempt to address the situation, officials of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority embark on an inspection tour to alleviate the plight of motorists. The gates leading to the fuel stations are opened, and motorists finally get served after hours of waiting. Officials of the agency warn petrol stations to comply with the directive to dispense the product to motorists or face sanctions.
We have also made contact. We are working with NNPC to ensure that the strategic intervention products are released. The focus today is to ensure that there is no hoarding out there. And any station we find that they are hoarding their products, they will be penalized. And the charges for penalty is 200 naira per liter, depending on the quantity you have. And those pumps that are selling to jerry cans is 100,000 per jerry can. And any pump that is under dispensing, each pump are charged 100,000. That's why we are going out to notify the public that we are out to monitor the products and ensure that the product gets to the masses.
It is not the picture-perfect reality that motorists and other petrol engine users want to see. The situation in Abuja is not far from the painting at petrol stations in Lagos.
Usually I don't go for queue, I don't get to queue. But because I see it wasn't much, that's why I decided, okay, isn't much for me to queue and then I can quickly get the fuel.
Several petrol stations visited either do not have the product available for sale at all or have it in stock, but for some reasons are making motorists wait in long queues, spilling into the expressway.
This is an opportunity for me. All the filling stations have been cutting across along the line. How will I put that particular English? Now they've even made me to be speaking rubbish English. So I try to navigate here. I have to buy my way before I could get here. I have to pay those guys 500 before I could be here. Pay the money already now. The line is no more moving. The attendant, they prefer sending to the jerry cans at the expense of we, the cars. So we've been here more than close to 2 hours now. They are not attending to us simply because we are not bribing, we are not giving them money. So they are attending to the jerry cans, like 1 million jerry cans, no space for the vehicle. Nigeria, you will suffer to get money and you still suffer to spend that particular money. So now, are we to continue like this? See the road, see the queue here. So it is a terrible situation.
This is in no way the situation in all gas stations, especially for those who are shut, for possible reasons of running out of the product or for what has been speculated about marketers cashing in on a bad situation to sell only at odd hours or above the approved unit price. Buyers seeking to fill their jerrycans for home or business purposes have similar tales of woe to share.
My keg was on the spot for about an hour. Then it started moving a bit, small time it stopped again. Then I got mad. I was like, what's going on here? I went to the front to meet the guy in charge. Then he told me the person on top asked him to sell for several people first before attending to us again. Meanwhile, some cars were coming with about 7-8 kegs. They will buy their own 70 liters, then carry other people's kegs, 25 liters, and wasting everybody's time. No coordination, no nothing. Then I had to shout and cancel everything. Then they had to stop selling there for a while. Or for the meantime, while I was there, they said they would sell for me because I had to scatter everything. And I came here. So since I came here now, that's my keg there, that 50-liter keg. So that's where I've been since I came. So I've been here since like 30 minutes. Although there they sell fuel per liter 165, but they collect 500 naira for keg. Then they sell here 190, then they collect 200 naira per keg. So it's still kind of the same thing, but I think it's better there, but the coordination is poor. Then the coordination is a bit good here, but the cost is high. So we just get it anyhow.
We cannot see fuel buy. So as we here, we don't know how long we're going to reach us here now. So I be the thing. Jerry can now I've never returned it. If I get there, now I go know how much they want sell for me. Now my own I think okay, one night. Okay, it's one night for per liter. The thing they move gradually now. So now because now right now the motor no longer queue for that. They leave one also for keg now, so we are happy for that.
The desperation led to a sudden accident here at the mobile petrol station along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, where a driver trying to make his way out drove over the feet of a male bystander. Fuel scarcity has caused a ripple effect that has disrupted many activities, including the operations of small businesses. Since the commodity became scarce, Antonia, a food vendor, says it's been difficult running her business.
Since this fuel scarcity, we cannot even buy fuel. We don't even get it to buy anymore. I know that they don't even have it in their filling stations. They have it, but they are not saying they are holding it. They are not selling because they want to increase it. In this situation we are going to, this what we are going through in this Nigeria now. I'm very, very surprised to see that fuel, Nigerian government will allow fuel to add problem to our problem again. This is what we are going through already. Since last week now, no fuel. We cannot even get to put in our generator to run this business. I don't even get customers. You can see my shop, no window, and I must run generator so that for at least to get lights, or to get cross ventilation. If there's no generator, no light, no customer comes in here. So even yesterday I sent this boy to go and get me fuel. He didn't get to buy. I'm just managing now. This light they just brought now, just for like, let me say, it will be too long with 1 hour 30 minutes. Everywhere will be blackout again. I don't know what they want us to do in this country. No light to even preserve it. That's why I do one cup. Like today now, where I used to cook 5 cups of rice before, I cooked 1. Only 1 that I will serve for the whole day because there's no light. So there's no way I can preserve it in the fridge. No light anywhere, no fuel, nothing. People are trekking. I trekked to this place this morning because they increased their transport. The transporter, they increased their this thing. Where I paid 15 naira before, today it's 150 I paid. So why some people could not even pay 100 naira, they trekked. It's not good. Government should try and help us. So this one is not good. Oh. They should try and help us. We are human beings. They too, they are human beings. We don't deserve this scarcity at all. Nigeria does not deserve this fuel scarcity at all for now. Look at our youths. They are all hungry. They go in for rituals. Imagine somebody will be eating his poo-poo. We poo-poo and eat it in the street because we want to make money. Because there's no job. As I'm here, look, yesterday I was washing plates. A grown-up man came to me and said, Madam, please give me, I need a job. What do you want to do? He said he need a job. I was sad. The man was serious. A family man. Madam, please, do you have any job for me?
The negative effect is also extended to transportation. Commuters must bear hours of waiting for a limited number of buses. That is beside paying as much as double for the fare to their destinations.
But I've been in the car, in the fuel station for almost since 6. I have to let my boss there to come to Lagos alone. And I'm standing here for BRT bus for over 30 minutes. There's no bus anywhere.
I paid 600, sometimes it's 400, but I had to pay 600 yesterday. And I wasn't having enough money with me. Check out when I don't even have at all. I would have been stranded.
A similar situation is noticed in other parts of the country. From the west to the east, the south to the north, motorists lament the unpleasant experiences due to the persistent scarcity of petrol. On the heels of recent efforts at flooding the downstream with more petrol supply, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Mr. Timipre Silva, visited the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. And after being extensively briefed, the minister says he's optimistic that the situation will abate in days.
This kind of supply disruptions are like accidents. They are not desirable, you don't expect them to happen. But they do happen once in a while. You will agree with me that this administration has done well as far as fuel supply is concerned. But of course, accidents do happen. This is one of those accidents that was not foreseen. But I'm quite happy today to hear from the GMD and the Authority Chief Executive all that they are doing to ensure that this problem is brought under control. From what they have told me, I believe that in a few days, a matter of days, we will see that this problem will be totally back to normal. Everybody is putting every effort to ensure that the supply disruption is overcome.
In a related development, the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the NNPC Limited, Mr. Melekiari, reveals that the company has engaged the services of government security agencies to ensure that all products loaded get to the right destination. Mr. Kiari, while speaking on the supply disruptions in petroleum supply, says the NNPC has over 1.7 billion litres of PMS, both on marine and on the land, and do not have any plan to adjust the current price of PMS in the market.
We have adequate supply. Supply means that where is it? We have them in marine, we have them in depots. Loadings are going on. If there is no product, you cannot load out of the depots, and therefore 24-hour loadings are taking place, and you will see this change. But of course, you must be mindful of the fact that when people get into the fuel stations, those who will ordinarily buy 3,000 naira fuel will buy 13,000 naira fuel. And this is the real challenge, and it's really panic. That's what we call panic buying. Panic doesn't mean that people are panic, it's just a nice word for it. But what it really means is that people buy more than what they need. And of course, you have to manage this. Until you fill those spaces, you cannot have a station that you are asking. And that's what we are doing, because we are doing more than normal. We are supplying more than one and a half of what is normal, and that will surely fill that gap.
The incident of a few weeks ago has obviously thrown up a lot of concerns around having more end-to-end testing parameters, concerns around efficient policing of the downstream sector, sanctions for errant marketers and retail outlets, amongst others. Hopefully, authorities will respond to these concerns with a view to not just forestall a future occurrence, but a rapid response when it does happen.